Giorgio Tsoukalos has always been a man surrounded by mystery, but his image took a dramatic turn when a strange object that shocked everyone was found hidden in his basement. Giorgio's early fascination with the unknown. In the heart of Lucerne, Switzerland, a boy was born in the year 1978 who would one day change how millions viewed the mysteries of the past. His name was Giorgio Tsoukalos, a child of two worlds, Greek and Austrian, whose curiosity would lead him to connect the dots between ancient legends and the idea of extraterrestrial life. But before he became the face of ancient aliens and the famous "I'm not saying it was aliens" meme, his journey began quietly, in the calm and scenic landscapes of Switzerland. Growing up in Lucerne, Giorgio was surrounded by a mix of cultures that shaped his open-minded way of thinking. His Greek side gave him a deep love for myth and storytelling, the kind that filled the air with tales of gods, heroes, and the heavens. His Austrian roots gave him a sense of order and curiosity for how things worked. Together, these influences created a mind that questioned everything and wanted to know why ancient civilizations had such powerful beliefs about beings from the sky. As a child, Giorgio was fascinated by the world beyond his reach. While other children dreamed of becoming doctors or athletes, he spent hours staring at the stars, wondering what secrets they held. His grandmother played a big role in this growing fascination. She introduced him to a book that would change his life, Chariots of the Gods by Erich von Däniken. To young Giorgio, it was not just another story about ancient wonders. It was a revelation, a suggestion that maybe the gods of the past were not gods at all, but visitors from distant stars. That single book opened a door in his imagination. He began to see ancient temples, mysterious carvings, and strange symbols in a new light. He no longer viewed them as just remnants of history, but as clues, messages left behind by someone or something that came before. That seed of curiosity, planted by his grandmother, would later grow into a lifelong passion that shaped his entire career. However, Giorgio's path to fame was not immediate. He did not jump straight into documentaries or television. Instead, his early years took him in a surprisingly different direction, the world of sports and bodybuilding. After finishing high school, Giorgio left Switzerland for the United States to pursue higher education. He attended Ithaca College in New York, where he majored in communications with a focus on sports information. It might sound far from ancient mysteries, but it was there that he learned how to speak, write, and connect with audiences. Skills that would later make him one of the most recognizable faces in popular science entertainment. After graduating in 1998, Giorgio's first professional chapter unfolded in the fitness world. From 1999 to 2007, he worked as a promoter for bodybuilding competitions, including major events under the International Federation of Bodybuilding and Fitness. He was even the lead promoter and contest director for the IFBB San Francisco Pro Grand Prix from 2001 to 2005. During those years, he developed a talent for organizing, promoting, and inspiring people, something that would serve him well when he later moved into television production. While bodybuilding might seem worlds apart from ancient mysteries, both fields shared something that Giorgio valued deeply: dedication, discipline, and the power of belief. Just as bodybuilders pushed the limits of the human form, Giorgio would soon push the limits of how people saw human history. Around the same time, he began working with Legendary Times, a magazine dedicated to exploring ancient mysteries and the possibility of extraterrestrial contact in human history. Between 1999 and 2008, he served as the magazine's editor. The publication became a platform for thinkers, researchers, and enthusiasts who questioned traditional archaeology and sought to explore alternative theories. Through this work, Giorgio connected with other researchers who shared his curiosity about the unknown. Then came the turning point: the creation of Ancient Aliens. The show, launched in 2009 on the History Channel, became a cultural phenomenon. Giorgio was not just a host, he was a co-executive producer and one of its most passionate voices. With his expressive style, animated explanations, and unmistakable hair, he became the face of the show's bold questions. What if ancient civilizations had help from beings beyond our world? What if myths and monuments were evidence of early encounters with extraterrestrial intelligence? By 2025, Giorgio had appeared in more than 200 episodes of Ancient Aliens. His ability to turn complex historical theories into exciting, easy-to-understand ideas made him beloved by fans around the world. Whether people agreed with him or not, they couldn't deny that he made history feel alive, mysterious, and full of wonder. And then came the meme. Around 2010, a freeze frame from Ancient Aliens, Giorgio with his hands raised, hair wild and a passionate expression, began to circulate online with the caption, "I'm not saying it was aliens," but it spread like wildfire, turning him into an internet icon. People used it to joke about everything from strange coincidences to wild conspiracy theories. Instead of feeling offended, Giorgio embraced it. He saw humor in it and appreciated how it brought even more attention to the topics he loved. He called it an honor to be part of internet culture, showing his easygoing and self-aware personality. His fame continued to grow beyond documentaries. In 2014, he presented and co-produced In Search of Aliens on H2, exploring mysterious sites and stories across the globe. Later, in 2021, he made a lighthearted cameo in the sci-fi series Resident Alien, where he was humorously referred to as that high-haired gentleman. Even within fiction, his image had become a symbol of curiosity and open-minded exploration. By 2024, an analysis of internet trends showed that the Ancient Aliens meme was still one of the most searched in the United States, ranking 4th among the top 20 meme templates. Month after month, thousands of searches paired his face with phrases like meme generator or template. It was proof that Giorgio Tsoukalos had become more than a television personality. He had become part of digital folklore. But what was the mystery behind Tsoukalos and his connection to ancient astronauts? What exactly did he believe about them? Tsoukalos and the ancient astronaut theory. For years, Giorgio Tsoukalos has captured the imagination of millions around the world. With his wild hair, excited gestures, and glowing eyes, he has become a symbol of curiosity and wonder. His passion is simple but powerful. He believes that the history of our world might not be what we think it is. Behind every ancient temple, every massive stone, and every strange symbol, he sees a deeper story, one that connects humanity with visitors from the stars. This idea is known as the ancient astronaut theory, and it has made Tsoukalos one of the most recognized faces in the world of unexplained mysteries. The ancient astronaut theory suggests that, long ago, intelligent beings from other planets visited Earth and shared their knowledge with early humans. These visitors, according to the theory, were not gods but explorers, perhaps scientists or teachers, who arrived in shining crafts that ancient people did not understand. Without the language to describe them, our ancestors may have called them gods. To many people, this might sound unbelievable, but for Tsoukalos, it is a path worth exploring. He believes that traces of these visitors can still be found in myths, religious texts, and the giant monuments that stand across the world. Giorgio Tsoukalos does not say that humans were incapable of creating great civilizations. In fact, he has often said that ancient humans were brilliant and hardworking. What he believes, however, is that at certain points in history, something or someone helped guide humanity. He often describes these helpers as teachers, beings who shared knowledge about the stars, mathematics, and engineering. According to him, they did not build the monuments for us, but taught our ancestors how to do it. The idea is that the wisdom of the universe was passed down by those who came from beyond our world, and that wisdom shaped the dawn of civilization. This theory, though controversial, has fascinated countless viewers through the television show Ancient Aliens. The series first aired in the late 2000s and quickly became one of the most talked-about shows on the History Channel. Tsoukalos' enthusiasm and imagination made him the heart of the series. By the year 2016, he had become not only one of its main presenters, but also a co-executive producer. Week after week, he led viewers across deserts, mountains, and ruins, searching for signs that Earth's history might be older, deeper, and more mysterious than anyone had ever imagined. On the show, Tsoukalos explores places like the pyramids of Egypt, the statues of Easter Island, and the mysterious lines of Nazca in Peru. He looks at these wonders and asks questions many have never dared to ask. Could the precision of the stones, the alignment of monuments with the stars, or the sudden leaps in technology have come from outside help? He does not claim to have all the answers, but he encourages viewers to open their minds and consider the possibility that the gods described in ancient stories might have been travelers from other worlds. What makes Tsoukalos stand out is not just his theory, but his passion. He does not speak like a scientist locked in a lab. He speaks like a storyteller who loves the magic of discovery. He often smiles with childlike excitement when standing before ancient ruins. His goal is not to convince everyone to believe, but to make them wonder. Whether you agree with him or not, it's hard not to be drawn into the mystery when he begins to connect pieces of history in ways that few people ever think about. One of his more talked-about ideas involves a strange object that entered our solar system in recent years. Scientists named it Oumuamua, a long, cigar-shaped body that passed by the sun before disappearing into the darkness of space. Most experts said it was just an oddly shaped rock from another star system. But Tsoukalos found the object deeply intriguing. He suggested that perhaps Oumuamua was not simply a rock, but something built, maybe even a probe designed by another civilization to observe worlds like ours. While this idea was not accepted by scientists, it captured the attention of the public. It reminded people that the universe is vast and full of possibilities. Through his work, Tsoukalos has made people question what they thought they knew. He asks viewers to look at ancient carvings that seem to show flying machines, at old stories that describe bright chariots coming down from the sky, and at impossible stones moved with unknown methods. Even if one does not believe in aliens, his work opens a doorway to curiosity, to the idea that the past still holds secrets we have not yet uncovered. The beauty of Tsoukalos' approach is that it combines wonder with respect. He never dismisses ancient people as primitive. Instead, he believes they were wise, open-minded, and deeply connected to the world around them. He sees them as partners in a story that might stretch beyond the stars. That respect for humanity's ancestors gives his theory a sense of warmth and hope. It is not about what humans could not do, but about how far we could go with a little guidance. Now let's take a look at the mystery and claims associated with Giorgio. The mysteries that shape Giorgio's beliefs. Over the years, Giorgio Tsoukalos has become a name that sparks curiosity and debate wherever it is heard. Some see him as a visionary who dares to ask questions that others avoid. Others see him as a dreamer who loves to explore the impossible. But beyond the fame, the shows, and the memes lies something deeper. A man genuinely fascinated by the unknown, drawn to mysteries that most would rather ignore. From the skies above Joshua Tree to the silent stones of forgotten cities, Giorgio's life has been a continuous search for answers hidden in plain sight. One of the most memorable moments in his journey happened in the year 2014, during the Contact in the Desert Conference near Joshua Tree, California. The desert stretched endlessly, bathed in starlight, its silence broken only by the soft whispers of the wind. The event gathered researchers, scientists, and skywatchers who shared one common passion: the search for truth about what lies beyond our world. It was here, under the vast night sky, that Giorgio claimed to have witnessed something that would stay with him forever. Using night vision goggles, he and others looked up and saw what appeared to be unusual lights moving in strange patterns. To many, they looked like stars, but they did not behave like normal stars. They shifted, darted, and glowed with an odd rhythm that did not match anything familiar. To Giorgio, this was not simply a coincidence or a trick of the eye. It felt like a moment of connection, as if the universe was briefly pulling back its curtain to show that something extraordinary might truly be watching. For him, that night was more than just an experience. It was confirmation that the mysteries he spoke about on television were not just ideas from books or theories from researchers. They were real, alive, and happening right above us. That night in Joshua Tree became one of the most talked about moments connected to his name. It reminded his followers that his curiosity was not only about the past, but also about the present, about the living sky that continues to move with secrets we still do not understand. But Giorgio's fascination with the unexplained was not limited to the stars. He also spent years exploring ancient sites around the world, searching for clues that might suggest humanity's story is older and stranger than we imagine. Among the many places that captured his attention, one stood out: Nan Madol, a mysterious site located in Micronesia. Nan Madol is a city built on a network of artificial islands made of giant stone blocks. These stones, some weighing several tons, were arranged centuries ago by people who left behind no written records, no clear explanation of how such massive structures were built. The site is often called the Venice of the Pacific because of its canals. But for Giorgio, it was far more than a lost city. Standing among those ancient walls, he saw more than the ruins of a forgotten kingdom. He saw a question that refused to be answered by ordinary explanations. How could people so long ago move such heavy stones across water without modern tools or technology? To him, this mystery was not just about engineering. It hinted at the possibility that the builders might have received help from someone or something beyond this world. Giorgio often spoke about how Nan Madol could be one of many pieces of evidence connecting ancient civilizations across different continents. From Egypt to South America, from the Pacific Islands to the deserts of Africa, he noticed patterns: giant stones, sky alignments, and myths of gods descending from above. To him, these were not random coincidences. They were traces of a forgotten connection between humanity and visitors from the stars. While many scholars stick to traditional explanations, Giorgio dared to imagine that what ancient people called gods or spirits might have been travelers from beyond the earth. He believed that early humans, with their limited understanding of science and technology, may have mistaken advanced beings for divine figures. Temples, pyramids, and ancient art, he suggested, might hold visual records of these encounters. This idea naturally led him to one of his most talked about beliefs, that the roots of many religions could come from these early misunderstandings. In his view, what humanity now celebrates as spiritual encounters might have begun as real, physical interactions with beings from other worlds. When ancient people saw flying objects or shining figures descend from the sky, they did not have the words or science to describe what they were witnessing. So, they described them the only way they could, as gods coming down to earth. To Giorgio, this theory was not meant to erase religion or faith, but to open a door to a new kind of understanding. He believed that if we could accept that our ancestors might have been visited, then maybe we could finally connect the dots between ancient wisdom and modern science. For him, exploring religion through the lens of extraterrestrial contact was not about disbelief, but about curiosity, about seeking truth wherever it might be found. Through his career, Giorgio never claimed to have all the answers. Instead, he invited people to ask questions. Why do so many ancient stories across the world describe shining beings who came from the sky? How did early civilizations build monuments that align perfectly with the stars? Why do unexplained lights still appear in places like Joshua Tree? To him, the only mistake would be to stop, wondering. However, these mysteries did not just end there. They led to several controversies. Rumors, controversies, and skepticism. Giorgio Tsoukalos has spent years exploring questions that most people only whisper about. His face, with its wild hair and excited expression, has become the symbol of wonder, mystery, and sometimes controversy. While millions admire him for opening their minds to the unknown, others look at him with doubt. Over time, this blend of belief and criticism has created an unusual story around him, one that is almost as mysterious as the ancient secrets he talks about. Long before he became a television figure, Tsoukalos started a magazine called Legendary Times. It was his way of bringing together stories, discoveries, and theories about ancient mysteries and the possible connection between humanity and visitors from the stars. The magazine quickly gained attention among those who were curious about ancient astronaut ideas. It was filled with articles that discussed strange symbols, mysterious ruins, and old myths that might hold hidden meanings. To his supporters, it became a treasure chest of ideas that inspired imagination and curiosity. However, over the years, rumors began to swirl around Legendary Times. Some people wondered if the magazine was still in print or if it had quietly faded away. Others claimed they had tried to subscribe but never found new issues. These whispers gave rise to questions about how active the publication truly was and whether it still played a role in Tsoukalos's work. Yet, even if the magazine's presence became uncertain, its legacy remained. It had helped build the foundation for his fame and his lifelong journey into the mysteries of the ancient world. When the television show Ancient Aliens first aired, it changed everything for Tsoukalos. The program took his ideas to millions of homes around the world. Suddenly, the man who once edited a small magazine was standing among pyramids, ancient carvings, and giant stone statues, asking the same question again and again. Could this be proof of ancient visitors from the stars? The show's success was enormous, and Tsoukalos became its most recognizable face. People admired his enthusiasm and his boldness in exploring theories that others ignored. Yet, fame always brings questions. Behind the bright lights and camera lenses, there were murmurs of doubt. Some viewers began to wonder how the stories in Ancient Aliens were created. In one interview, Tsoukalos mentioned that the production team often brought forward new mysteries that even he had never heard of before. To his fans, this was exciting. It meant the world was full of surprises waiting to be discovered. But to his critics, it raised concerns about how carefully the information was checked. If even the main presenter was surprised by what appeared on the show, did that mean every claim was properly investigated? These small doubts began to grow among some scholars and scientists. Many experts accused the show and Tsoukalos himself of stretching the limits of evidence. They argued that while the stories were fascinating, they often mixed fact and speculation. Archaeologists and historians said that most of the ideas presented on the show did not have scientific backing. They believed that calling these ancient wonders alien-influenced took credit away from the intelligence and skill of the ancient people who built them. Some even labeled Tsoukalos's work as pseudo-history, saying it created more questions than answers. But criticism did not slow him down. If anything, it made him more determined. For every scholar who dismissed his ideas, there were thousands of viewers who loved his spirit of curiosity. People tuned in not because they were convinced of every claim, but because he made history feel alive again. He reminded them that the world is full of mysteries, and that even the experts do not have all the answers. His enthusiasm was infectious, and his confidence made people believe that the truth, however strange, might be closer than anyone realized. Then came another twist in his journey, the rise of internet memes. One day, a funny picture of Tsoukalos began to spread online. In the image, his hair stood wildly as he gestured with excitement, and the caption simply said, "Aliens." That single word turned him into a global phenomenon overnight. People began sharing the meme everywhere, using it to explain anything unexplainable, from missing homework to strange weather. It was lighthearted and funny, but it also changed how people saw him. The meme gave Tsoukalos fame beyond his field. Even those who had never watched Ancient Aliens now recognized his face. But with that fame came a challenge. It made it harder for people to take his ideas seriously. To some, he became a symbol of wild theories rather than thoughtful research. His image was used for jokes more often than discussions about ancient mysteries. Yet, instead of fighting it, Tsoukalos embraced the humor. He understood that laughter could also be a way to spread curiosity. If a meme could make people smile and also make them wonder about history, then it had done its job. Still, the rumors and criticisms have never fully disappeared. Questions about his magazine's true status, doubts about the accuracy of the show's claims, and the endless debates between believers and skeptics continue to surround him. But Tsoukalos seems unfazed. To him, every question is a doorway. Every mystery is a reason to look deeper. His calm confidence in the face of doubt is perhaps what keeps his followers loyal. He does not claim to have all the answers. He simply refuses to stop asking questions. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.